It's been rough. Not gonna lie to any of you, it's been really, really rough. Had a lot of issues with my ISP. Uh, been having some issues at home with fam. And, unsurprisingly, I have some issues with the movie that I'm going to be talking about right now. Oh yeah, the Emoji Movie. What can I say? So many people have already talked about it. So many people. I saw this the day after open. All I've been filled with since then was regret. I I know that a lot of you say that I suffer through this shit so you won't have to. And you got the suffer part right. I mean, it was easier when Cameron was here. Because at least then I had somebody to suffer with me. It's a lot harder to go at it alone. So, the Emoji Movie. Well, did you like the Lego Movie, Sausage Party? Hell, Toy Story. Any of these concepts, Wreck-It Ralph. All well done concepts that the Emoji Movie clearly wants to be. How did the Emoji Movie turn out? Well, if you took the writing of Food Fight and you gave it really good animation, you have the Emoji Movie. Which is to say that it's not funny, it's kind of unnerving at parts, and mostly you just feel like you wasted an hour and a half of your life after watching it. Please don't watch this movie. I'm begging you right now. Just do not. Please do not subject yourself to this film. I know that a lot of you are going to have morbid curiosity. You're going to feel like, oh, well, I kind of want to see it because it looks like such a train wreck. And yeah, it is a train wreck. But don't give it money. It already got a bunch of money. A bunch of money that it didn't deserve. Undeserved money for the most uninspired, just steaming pile of crap, given excellent animation for what it is. Why? Just why? 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 Oh my god, why? Why? You know, there was a lot of talk last year and even earlier this year about this movie possibly getting canceled. Which made sense because literally nobody wanted this movie. Everyone wanted it to be canceled. The Emoji Movie is a story you've seen before in those other films. Only it's done worse. It uses tired cliches, but it uses them the wrong way. It learns no lessons, teaches no lessons. It doesn't push any envelopes. It doesn't try to. It doesn't. It seems like it should aspire to maybe be something not unlike Sausage Party. something that's simple as a premise that becomes tilted on its head and kind of darker, but it doesn't. It doesn't. It plays it safer than safe. This movie made the Lego movie seem like it should be at least a PG-13 in comparison. This movie was so dumb and honestly boring. I don't often feel like I want to watch it. I will just walk out of movies. I just don't. Like, even bad movies, I can make myself sit through. This is the first movie in a really long time that I just desperately wanted to walk away from. Just really wanted to walk away. Not because it's just the most horrible thing on the face of it. No, because the movie is that boring. It is boring and uninspired. And why, of all things in the fucking world, did they decide, let's make a movie about emojis? Fucking emojis. Which are used predominantly by young adults, and the movie's aimed at children. It has a lot of actors who would probably do well with a more adult-oriented script, but they don't have one. They have this script. If you must, absolutely must, see this movie while it's in theaters, and I really recommend that you do not, you fight back that urge. Trust me. But if you must spend any amount of money on seeing this film, watch it on matinee. Pay the barest of minimums. Do not give this full price. This movie is not something that I would recommend to rent. I wouldn't recommend paying $1 at a yard sale for it. This is the sort of movie that if I saw it in a trash can, I would not want to touch it. I would not want to get this clearly free film and take it home, because it's just not, it has nothing of value. There's nothing of value in this film. Every actor's performance, every actor's talent is wasted. The animation is wasted. And the audience's time is wasted. This movie is the very epitome of waste. Norm of the North was exciting in comparison to this film. The film about Rob Schneider as a polar bear who understood human speech and had no clear plot thread that made any sort of sense. I think there was hockey in there at some point. I don't fucking remember anymore. That was a more interesting and well thought out movie than the Emoji Movie. Honestly, I would recommend Food Fight before this movie. I would recommend, I don't know, The Christmas Tree, or fucking What's some other terrible movie I can recommend? Anything from Dingo Pictures. Because you know what? Even terrible movies like those, you can point at them and laugh at them. You can laugh at how bad they are. They're so bad that they're good, in a way. This movie's not so bad, but it's good. It's just bad. It's just the regular, mundane, boring, bland bad. And that's worse. That's much worse. That is so much worse. I I don't feel like I have any personality left to give in relation to this film. This is why I'm so subdued right now. I feel emotionally drained, although I'm also physically drained because it is hotter than balls today. Here's a tip. When the temperature's in the 90s, don't go to the grocery store in the middle of the day and have to be caught in the middle of crowds and crowds of people. Just all the body heat. And when you go outside, then there's just regular heat. You're stuck in a heat sandwich. And you feel sick because you haven't eaten anything yet. So you feel like you're going to pass out. But you can't pass out because your sheets aren't on your bed because you had to wash them. It has nothing to do with this movie. But you know what? Everything I just said about washing my sheets and passing out is more interesting in this movie. My mundane, silly life is more interesting than this piece of garbage film. I'm sorry, Sir Patrick Stewart. I'm sorry, T.J. Miller. I'm sorry to every single person who is associated with this film, who has immense amounts of talent, and wasted it on this. And I'm sorry to all of you who don't heed my warning and go and watch this. I'm sorry I couldn't make you stop. That's all I've got.